back in the 2026. The front office has created $66 million in salary cap space. This happened after restructuring the contracts of the quarterback Dak Prescott, a wide receiver CeeDee Lamb, and guard Tyler Smith. That is a huge amount of the money, and when owner Jeff Jones says that the team plans is to spend more in free agents than ever before, you know something big is coming. Last season was frustrating for fans. The Cowboys had one of the most explosive offenses in the National Football League, but defense struggled badly. The team missed the playoffs. Expectations are much higher this year. If Dallas want to compete for the championship, they must fix the defense. With this new financial flexibility, they have several blockbuster options. One possible move is trading for safety Minkah Fitzpatrick from the Miami Dolphins. Fitzpatrick is the veteran who has proven himself at highest level. He recorded 59 tackles and 1 interception last season. Early in his career, he was selected to the Pro Bowl 3 times in a row. And even though he is 29 years old, carries a large contract and he could be available for the reasonable trade price. The Cowboys' secondary needs leadership and experience. Fitzpatrick has played in multiple systems and understands complex defensive scheme. With a new installing a new system, having a smart veteran safety could make a big difference. When Fitzpatrick may not be in his absolute prime anymore, he can still contribute and help young players to grow. Another option is signing safety Lady Blankenship from the Philadelphia Eagles. Blankenship is only 26 years old and still improving. Last season he recorded 53 tackles and 1 interception. Just 1 year early, he had 4 interceptions. He also played an important role in Philadelphia's Super Bowl run. Blankenship would not only strengthen the secondary, but is already familiar with the Christian Parker coaching style. That familiarity could help the defense adjust faster. Taking a key player from the division rival would also send a strong message inside of the NFC East. Blankenship could be the smart long-term investment for the Dallas. If the Cowboys want to improve their pass rush, they could target edge rush beyond May from the City Hawk. Murphy has recorded 20 sacks over 4 seasons. While his sack numbers dipped slightly last year, his pressure rate was the best of his career. He's consistent, disrupt opposing quarterbacks. Murphy is still young and durable. In Texas, there is no state income tax, which can be attractive for the free agents. Dallas could offer him a larger role and long-term contract. He may not be the biggest name available, but he has strong upsides and could thrive in the more aggressive defense scheme. If Cowboys want a proven superstar, they could pursue edge rusher Trey Hendrickson from the Cincinnati Bengals. Hendrickson led the entire NFL with the 70.5 sacks in 2024. He is 4-time Pro Bowl player and finished second in the Defensive Player of the Year voting. There are some concerns. Hendrickson is 31 years old and dealt with the core muscle injury last season that limited him to 7 games. However, when healthy, he is one of the most dangerous pass rusher in football. And if Dallas truly wants to transform its defense media tree, Hendrickson would make a massive impact. The most exciting option might be trading for edge rusher Max Crosby from the Las Vegas Raiders. Crosby has been one of the most dominant defensive players in the league. Last season he recorded 10 sacks, 1 interception, 45 tackles, and 20 quarterback hits in 15 games. Crosby is 28 years old and still near to the peak of his prime. He plays with the relentless energy and leadership. There have been trade rumors surrounding him, and if the Raiders are willing to listen to offers, Dallas should be aggressive. Crosby would instantly change the identity of this defense. The Cowboys already have one of the most explosive offenses in football with Dak Prescott leading to the way and CeeDee Lamb as a top receiver. If they can add an elite defender like Crosby and Hendrickson, the entire balance of the team changes. The stronger defense would relieve pressure on the offense and help Dallas close out of the tight games. Jerry Jones has made it clear that he wants to compete now. $66 million in cap space gives the Cowboys power and flexibility. Whether it is a smart trade for the veteran safety like Minka Fitzpatrick, signing a rising player like Lady Blankship, investing in upside with Boye Murphy, taking a calculated risk on Trey Hendrickson, or making a blockbuster trade for the Max Crosby, Dallas has option. The 2026 season could look very different from last year. If the Cowboys make the right moves, they can rise in the standing and return to the playoffs. The offense is already dangerous. Now it is time to fix the defense. Big decisions are coming, big money is available, and if Jerry Jones follows through on his promise to spend aggressively, American team might be ready to make serious noise once again. The question is simple: which move will Dallas make? This is a very important news for the Cowboys and their fans. It shows that the organization wants to keep one of their most explosive playmakers for at least one more season. However, this is not a long-term contract yet. It is a non-exclusive franchise tag, which means things could still get interesting. The non-exclusive franchise tag for George Pickens will cost the Cowboys $27.298 million for the upcoming season. That is a large amount of the money for just 1 year. This type of the tag is considered the standard franchise tag in the National Football League. It allows other teams to speak with Pickens and even offer him a contract. If another team makes an offer, the Cowboys have the right to match that offer and keep him. If they decide not to match, they would receive 2 first-round draft picks in compensation. Right now, the Cowboys do not seem closer to agreeing a long-term contract extension with the George Pickens. That is why they use the franchise tag. It gives them more time to negotiate while making sure he does not live in free agents. This move prevents him from walking away for nothing. Still, it also shows that there is work left to be done between both sides. According to the reports, team owner Jerry Jones personally called George Pickens on Thursday to inform him about the decision. The phone call appears to have gone very well. Stephen Jones later spoke about the conversation and shared some interesting details. He said George Pickens was very excited and fired up that he was not going anywhere. He was excited about his future with the Cowboys, and the organization believes that Pickens truly wants to stay in the Dallas. Stephen Jones also mentioned that George Pickens told Jerry Jones directly that he wanted to remain with the Cowboys. Jerry reportedly said that George Pickens was in cloud 9 and extremely happy about being a Cowboy again. This is a positive sign for the relationship between a player and the team. Even though there is no long-term deal yet, the emotional connection appears strong. Still, the business side of the football cannot be ignored. Because this is the non-exclusive franchise tag, other teams are allowed to explore a potential deal with the Pickens. However, there is some important factors that make this situation complicated. First, any team that signs him would have to give up 2 first-round draft picks if Cowboys choose not to match the offer. That is a heavy price. Most teams are not willing to sacrifice that kind of the draft capital. Many analysts believe that George Pickens is unlikely to receive an offer that includes 2 first-round picks in value. That does not mean he is not talented. It simply means that the draft compensation makes it difficult. Teams may not want to do all of the negotiating work just for the Cowboys to match the contract and keep him away. There is a limited incentive for the other teams to invest time and effort if Dallas can simply match the offer. Because of this, the most realistic outcome could be that the Cowboys and George Pickens eventually agree on a new contract extension before the season begins. The franchise tag can sometimes act